Yeah, everyone can hear us. So yeah, let's start our webinar about making profits in paper call 2023. So on this webinar, we will talk about top traffic sources, top offers and verticals in pay per call, and in the end, we will answer all your questions. So prepare those, and we will definitely answer those. As you see, we are like in quite a new background here. So actually, it's not like a fancy studio. It's just our meeting space in our working office. So we're quite excited to make first webinar in this space. So I hope all goes well.
I think it looks great with the brick. Adds a nice touch.
Yeah. So we are, by the way, in California. It's only 8:30 a.m. our time, and let us know, guys, where you're from, like which country, which state, which part of the world are you in, and if that time is okay for you to do webinars in the future.
Yeah. Is it too late? Is it too early? Give us some feedback. And hello, Mariana.
Yeah, excited to see a lot of familiar names here and new names as well. So welcome everyone, and yeah, let's get started. So as I said, my name is Alex. I'm VP of Operations in Market Call. I've been with the company like forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
And I am Carly Beechler. I'm the Director of Affiliate Partnerships. I basically run the partnerships and run the affiliate department and try to optimize and basically scale anything that works for you lovely people. So we're here to help you succeed.
Yeah, so a few words why we decided to do that webinar. Paper call industry is quite growing fast, I would say, right? And there are a lot of changes happening every year. So some trends that were relevant like a few years ago are now not relevant anymore, and that's why a lot of people ask us like every week, like what's working, what's trending, what do you recommend. And we were doing so many one-on-one Zoom meetings with our affiliates, trying to help them to grow and scale in pay-per-call industry. And instead of doing that, we decided, why not we just record one webinar where we'll talk about all the trends, all the top offers, we'll answer all the questions, so like we can help as many people as possible.
More like a little crash course. This information might be new to you, it might not be new to you, but we've collected all of the important information to share with you today to help you succeed.
Yeah, I would say this webinar will be more relevant to people just starting in pay-per-call and trying to figure out what's working best. But still, even for affiliates who are already in pay-per-call space, it's still good to know what's going on right now and which verticals they can also add to their portfolio.
Because the industry is ever changing. It's very dynamic, and one thing might be hot yesterday and tomorrow it might not be hot. So it's always good to keep up with the trends.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about our company. So we've been 5 years on US pay-per-call market.
Woo!
We've been ranked number 8 in Inc. 5000 list of fast-growing companies in the United States. So we are helping our affiliates to scale with our expertise, with tool, and even with financing. Recently, we started to create joint venture partnerships with our affiliates, with them as an internal media buyers in our company. So even if you don't have enough budget, you can become internal media buyer in Market Call, and you can scale your performing campaigns with us. And finally, we've been nominated as a top pay-per-call network by Offerworld and MSync. And I'm sure you guys already know about us if you're at this webinar, so we don't need to present ourselves much, but still, it's
the awards are cool. That number 8 on the Inc. 5000 list, and specifically number 1 for advertising and marketing, is a very big achievement, and I couldn't be more proud of our team.
Yeah, on paper it sounds really easy to achieve all those, but you can imagine how hard work we put behind the scenes from us and our team to get those results. So No more introductions. Let's talk about first top industry in paper call is ACA Obamacare. Carl, can you talk a little bit what is ACA Obamacare for those who don't know about that?
Sure. So ACA Obamacare is one of the biggest verticals in paper call specifically for Q4 because of open enrollment period in the health insurance space in the United States. ACA targets low-income Americans and offers free to no cost healthcare. Sometimes it's a little bit, but usually for the majority of people it is free. The average payout on our end is $40 for a 90 to 120 second buffer. As we talked about, the main season is Q4, a little bit of Q1, November to January. And the best traffic sources to utilize for this particular vertical are Facebook ads, YouTube ads, and TikTok ads.
Yeah, so how it is different from regular health insurance?
Specifically, ACA offers, like I said, the low to little cost health insurance plans, whereas general affordability healthcare offers plans that usually start for the consumer around $300, sometimes even $150. But you can see the staunch difference there with affordability. For low-income Americans, they cannot afford $150 to $300 a month for an individual health insurance plan, but the ACA changes all that, especially with the Inflation Reduction Act that kind of took place last year. The premium tax credits for ACA have increased over time and increases the pool of people who qualify for those premium tax credits. So it's actually a really great program for people in the United States who may be low income.
So, Carly, why do you think this offer became so popular with affiliate marketing and pay-per-call specifically?
Because with health insurance, it's not something that you sign up through a lead form. You don't fill out a form to sign up for your health insurance. It's much more intensive than that with the plans, with the benefits that are offered in the plans. It's just not something that you sign up for over the internet, for instance, like a subscription program or something like that. It's much more in depth. The trust from the consumer is much more valid when it comes to a phone call. They talk to the agent over the phone. They develop the rapport with the agent. They feel comfortable signing up for a health insurance plan and so on.
Yeah, and I would also say that it's quite easy to promote this offer because it's like almost free health insurance.
Yeah.
So and the audience is really wide. Like the audience that qualifies for ACA is I would say approximately like 50 million in the United States, but of course I don't remember exact numbers, but it's still quite a big audience in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So as for traffic sources, we see the most popular, as Carly said, Facebook ads, because like it's easy to run traffic source. It has a lot of audience here. There are no like bans or restrictions with Facebook. And so usually people run regular Facebook ads, either videos or images, and they run traffic to the landing page. On the landing page, they have a quiz. Usually with 1, 2, 3 questions that qualify customer and also like warm up customer to prepare him to make a phone call. And once customer makes a phone call and he stays on the line 90 seconds or 120 seconds, affiliate gets the payout for that call. And the most volume comes during the season from November to January, but still people run it even outside the season, just not with the same ROI, conversion rates, and volumes as well.
Specifically to speak on that, it's because of the special enrollment period that takes place outside of the normal window from November to January. You have to have a qualifying life event to qualify to like enroll into the ACA program during the off-season months. So that's why it's a little tiny bit less, popular during the off-season months versus Q4, November to January.
Yeah, second traffic source is that we see getting more traction is YouTube ads. So not many affiliates actually utilize YouTube ads because it's much more difficult to run it. But still, as we see running it internally, it has a lot of potential to scale. There are lots of traffic on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And there is much less competition on YouTube as well. As I said, less affiliates run it. So there is less competition. The cost per click is cheaper and you get better profits.
One more thing to note there with Google and YouTube specifically, you do have to have the G2 health insurance license to run there. So that kind of speaks to why it's a little less, less competition in those specific traffic sources. But if you can utilize the G2, whether it's yourself or whoever, it's a great way to start as well because it's just less competition.
Yeah, and there is one trick that we found and some other affiliates found how you can overcome this restriction by not having a G2 license but still being able to run YouTube ads. We won't say it publicly because this trick is really good. But if you are interested to know more and you are really interested to run YouTube ads with us for ACA or other niches, just reach out to us, to our affiliate managers, and we will help you to understand this trick and implement to your marketing.
Here to help.
And I see one question in our chat that people ask, what license do you need to have? So basically, it's just regular health insurance license that you can get only if you are a resident of the United States. So yeah, unfortunately for offshore affiliates, they won't be able to get that.
Yeah, unfortunately, you do have to be a United States citizen, and each licensing procedure is different from state to state. I personally have it myself, and I'd say it was a worthwhile investment.
Yeah, and the third traffic source is TikTok ads. We would say that with our internal media buying, we tested TikTok several times, and the results were unpredictable. Sometimes we get good profits, sometimes not. We're not sure what's going on. So we see some other people still running TikTok, but I would say not the same volumes as Facebook and YouTube. TikTok is still quite new for this industry in general.
Very much so.
Yeah, and one last thing I wanted to touch on this topic is regarding the ad creative itself. So affiliates use different types of image or video ad creatives, and sometimes affiliates can be quite aggressive with those claims in their ads. So some people use like $1,400 check or
$540 benefits.
Yeah. So Carly, can you explain how affiliates can understand what they can do in the advertising and what they cannot do in the advertising?
So best practices for ACA is, I know you guys see everybody running those angles, those very aggressive angles for the $1,400 benefit card, or for instance, the $540 benefits of some amount. It's not good practice to run it like that, specifically because those kinds of ads will generate low quality for your buyers. For some reason, the consumers think that money comes up front, whether it's worded as a compensation or an upfront benefit, but that's generally not how it works with ACA. I believe only a very, very small percentage of the population actually qualify for that. And so when you use those kind of creatives, you get calls from consumers where they're expecting that money up front. And when they realize they're not going to get that, they may not continue enrolling into the program. So for the purpose of your own quality and your own CPA with your buyers, it's best to run angles that are safe and compliant.
Yeah, and I would say in every niche, you can run aggressive ads, but it's like a short-term strategy because you will get some money, right? It's cheaper to run those ads, but advertisers will spot it, networks will spot it, they will pause your campaigns, and you will lose like a stream of your income. So like if you think long-term, if you want to build like long-term business, you can't rely on doing just aggressive ads.
Right. They're good for a start, but ideally that's not a long-term goal there.
Yeah, so like the good angle I would say to run like health insurance as low as $0 per month. But of course you can, and I recommend it in every niche. Go to Facebook ad library, search for Obamacare, ACA, $0 health insurance, or any other keywords, and try to find your competitors, try to find what they are doing. Because without good research of that niche by yourself, of researching competitors' ads and landing pages, you won't be able to run it successfully.
You can also change the language in your aggressive ads to be more compliant. Because with the Inflation Reduction Act, they do actually get a premium tax credit at the end of the year. So just do your due diligence, do your research, understand the Inflation Reduction Act and the premium tax credit that the consumers will get at the end of the year. But you have to phrase it as a tax credit, not as an upfront payment or an upfront benefit of any kind. A lot of people use the angle of like you will be able to use this extra money for groceries and rent. And while that's awesome and it is true, it's not necessarily true when it comes to the money coming up front. You'll get that tax credit at the end of the year, and you'll be able to use that money from the tax credit to pay for rent and bills and whatever else you prefer, but it's never an upfront benefit or payment or compensation.
Yeah, so when you're doing ads, just think about like, are you doing false claims or those claims are true? So that's really simple. And I see some questions in our chat that people asking for exact examples. So in this webinar, we won't cover exact ads, copies, and landing pages. So we will do separate webinar about each of the industries. But also I would like to say, like, for example, if we show specific ad example and landing page right now, all people that are on this webinar, they will use all that same copy and it won't work. And then you will come to us and complain, Alex, why is this ad copy is not working? Because everyone saw it. And so
it's saturated.
Now it's saturated. So when you're doing advertising, you need to stand out. You need to do something different. If you just copy and paste competitors' ads, it won't work. It's not the right strategy right now.
That's again going back to like the quick buck. People do that in the sense when they want to make that quick buck, but in the long term, you need to create your own unique ads and you'll do better.
Yeah, so I see another good comment. Even I can show it from Juan. So aggressive ads outperform less aggressive, and we can survive there using normal ads. So that's a good question, but I agree. Aggressive ads work better. You will get cheaper clicks, better click-through rate, and better profit, but it's not long-term. So you need to find the balance between being a little bit aggressive, but still being compliant. Because if you are not compliant, it will be not long-term partnership.
Yes.
Your campaign will be suspended. I mean, with your network, with your buyer, with market call, and you won't be able to run for a long term.
The relationship will be damaged with the buyer. And that's the last thing you want when it comes to performance marketing in general. You want to have good cohesive relationships with your buyer, and you want to generate good quality for them. So like I said before, Juan, it's more so about changing the wording and making sure the images are not, flashing money or anything like that. But you can change the wording to still make a moderately aggressive ad while still being compliant. You just have to do your research.
Yeah, so I know those affiliates who run aggressive. They switch networks like every few weeks, and they don't have any long-term partnerships, and they don't have any long-term business. So yeah, you can make money like in a few weeks, in a few months, but what's going to be next?
I call that burnout.
Yeah, all networks will suspend you. You won't have any buyers, and you will just switch to another industry. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, that's a good slide for Obamacare.
Yeah. Let's go next. So let's talk about Medicare. Medicare can be Medicare Advantage or Medicare Supplement, like affiliates run both, but I wrote here specifically Medicare Advantage because it's more popular with affiliates.
Much more.
So, Carly, can you talk a bit what is Medicare?
Medicare is the free health insurance plan that's offered to either extremely low-income individuals or people over the age of 65. Basically, anybody over the age of 65 will qualify for Medicare because they age into it. So you have people who are aging into Medicare and then people who are renewing Medicare every year after they turn 65. Again, the payout range on our end is 20 to 45, 90 to 120-second buffer there. Extensive compliance requirements with Medicare specifically. Within the last few years, the CMS and the government has basically made it very difficult for performance marketers to run Medicare because they have to get approved with the government with their creatives. So they have to submit their creatives to the government for approval, and they can only run with specific buyers once they have those submits. So it is very intensive and it is very difficult, but it is another good vertical. Again, the best ads we see, or the best traffic sources we see, are from Facebook ads and YouTube ads for Medicare.
Yeah, I would say, as Carly said, it's much more strict industry than ACA, and but still it's quite big. There are a lot of money here, but definitely it's not a recommendation for people just starting in pay-per-call. It's more for experienced affiliates because there are a lot of nuances in that industry, but it's still worth mentioning that industry because people run Medicare a lot.
Yes.
You will see those ads, as Carly said, on Facebook and on YouTube specifically.
And Medicare is a little bit different versus ACA, where ACA has an open enrollment period and then a special enrollment period. For Medicare, it's aging in. It's all of the United States Americans aging in to being qualified for Medicare because they are 65 or older. So it's a huge swath of individuals, and people will continue to age into Medicare as they continue to get older.
Yeah, let's move to the next industry. And guys, remember, we will answer all your questions in the end of the webinar, so you can still keep asking
Yes, the AMA is going to be fun.
Yeah, so Carly, debt settlement, debt relief, what about this industry?
So debt settlement and debt relief have been growing for the entire performance marketing industry, but for specifically Market Call over the last 12 months. It's become an evergreen vertical because of the inflation rate in the United States, and gas goes up, everything gets more expensive. Consumers, especially the younger consumers and the younger demographics, are not educated on credit health and debt to credit ratio. They're just not educated. So you see the amount of debt settlement in the United States exponentially explode over the last few years. But specifically within the last year, debt settlement has been a great vertical for us. It's basically, if you're not familiar with the program itself, it's assistance with resolving credit card debt. People who have large amounts of credit card debt that they can no longer handle or pay off in a reasonable time. The average payout for us, pretty competitive, is $50, 120-second buffer. And the best traffic sources for this we've seen over the last 12 months outperform anything else: Facebook and YouTube ads.
Yeah, and there is also one thing we forgot to mention with other verticals, that we have both English and Spanish speaking offers. So when we talk about Spanish, it's still we target United States, but only Spanish speaking audience. And we found out maybe 1 year ago something that Spanish speaking audience is very cheap on Facebook, on YouTube ads, or any other traffic sources. So your cost per click, cost per call is quite cheaper, while the payout still remains quite the same. So the margin on such offers is higher. And also we found out that actually Spanish speaking audience is more likely to make a phone call.
They're under-marketed too. People do not market to the Spanish-speaking Latino audience in the United States as much as they market to English-speaking consumers. So that swath of people is historically under-marketed to, and they are ready. They are way more engaging when it comes to phone calls. They're way more engaging when it comes to the ads. The average conversion rate and the EPCs we're seeing are explosive, and we are so excited to be, tapping into this vertical and learning more about it.
Yeah, and also there are less advertisers, less offers on the market. So some affiliates are even not aware.
It's very niche.
They're not running it. So when you're just starting, maybe it's a good point to take a Spanish-speaking offer because it's less competitive and you have more chances to get profitable faster. We speak with some affiliates, for example, running ACA, and they only focus on English. We ask, why you don't run ACA Spanish? And they say, no one never offered me ACA Spanish.
And those people definitely want to sign up if they qualify. I would say that beyond debt settlement Spanish specifically, ACA Spanish is the next runner-up in terms of volume and quality and explosiveness.
Yeah, so debt settlement Spanish is really working well for us and our affiliates. And I would honestly say that we have one of the best offers for debt settlement Spanish on the market.
I would say we are, if not the most competitive, one of the most competitive networks offering payouts and campaigns for debt Spanish.
So what about creatives for debt settlement, Carly? What's important to mention when making those creatives?
For debt settlement, it's specifically, you don't want to say something that is government funded. That seems like kind of like a trigger word that people think it's a subsidy. You also you want to shy away from the word subsidy. You want to shy away from framing it like it's any kind of a loan program, because it's nothing like that. You always want to typically filter for people who have higher debt amounts. The higher the debt amount, the better it is for the buyer. We like to say 15K and above. That typically works well for our buyers. Even 20K and above, if you can pull that, it would be really good for you. And I believe that's it. For Spanish specifically, though, you also have to filter for if they have legal residency in the United States, whether that's like an SSN, a green card, a red card, or some kind of, they have to be able to submit their taxes in order to qualify for the program. So that's another one that's specifically important for Spanish, because it's not necessarily important for English, because most of the people who filter through your landing page for English are already citizens.
Yeah, there is a good question. Do we need any license to run that element on YouTube ads? Actually, yes. It's not any specific license like G2 for ACA, but still you need to
It's
have
a financial certificate.
Yeah, certificate, right? So yeah, we also have a way to overcome it, because we don't provide any certificates for affiliates to run, and it's quite similar to ACA method to overcome the license as well. So again, I will not share this method publicly, but if you're interested to run YouTube ads with us for that element, please reach out to us, to our affiliate managers, and we will definitely share it with you and help you to scale.
Yes.
And the important part about creatives is that you should not mention any government program.
Yep.
You should not mention that customers can get 100% of their debt eliminated.
Another good point. It's very, very small percentage of people who get their entire debt forgiven. It leads me to my next point. Try not to use the word forgiveness or forgiven, because it makes the consumers think that they're going to get that debt wiped out, when that's very, very rarely the case.
Yeah, and there is another good question. Can I promote that element using SEO traffic? Yes. So like any of our offers, it allows SEO traffic. We didn't mention it here because it's just not getting same volume as we see from paid media, but still, yeah, you can definitely use it.
I think our sound quality has kind of taken a hit here. Is everybody having that problem?
Yeah, we'll see by feedback, but let's move
continue?
next. Yeah.
Okay.
The next, the final vertical here that we want to talk about is flight booking. Flight booking has been always like top performing vertical for us. I would say we started with flight booking, and we have the most expertise on the market, how to run it, how to promote it with Google Ads. So flight booking is booking over the phone. You can do the booking, you can do the changes, and you can do cancellations as well of your flights. Average payout right now, as we speak, October 2023, is $20 for the raw call for major airlines like Delta, United, American. So I would say like 3 years ago, the payout was like more than twice lower. So industry growing in terms of like payout range, and Google search ads work best for that, and also Bing ads work as well.
Search ads in general.
Yeah,
right?
search ads in general.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I would say affiliates are doing really high volumes, and because it's Google ads, it's even a little bit easier to run it compared to ACA or Debt or Medicare, because you don't have to care much about creatives. You care much more about the keywords you target.
It's much more about back-end optimization, I would say, than front-end optimization for flight booking specifically.
Yeah, so basically the main thing here is you target branded keywords like Delta Airlines, Delta bookings, Delta changes, Delta phone, etc., and you show the customers the phone number.
Mm-hmm.
So affiliates run just regular ads, not call only, but regular search responsive ads, and they get good results here.
Mm-hmm. It is a very profitable niche if you have the patience to figure it out, I will say.
Yeah, and it's important to mention that that niche is considered like gray hat for Google, because you're doing brand bidding. So you should expect your accounts to be suspended in some way. So if you're not ready for that, just don't take that niche. But if you are ready to overcome those obstacles and to make good money, definitely we can help you with that.
Yes, we can definitely help. Would you consider flight booking to be a vertical that somebody new in pay-per-call could start out with?
It depends on your skills. Like you need to be really good with Google Ads in general, creating accounts, farm accounts, overcoming suspension, etc. So there is a good question if live booking is still very popular. It's not saturated. So yeah, it's still really popular. I would say it's quite saturated, but not to the point that it's not profitable.
Correct.
And the reason is that like any white hat niche you take, there is like no obstacle to get started, right?
Right.
You just copy your competitor's ads and you get started. But with flight booking, because it's gray hat, it's harder to get started. So there are less competition and there is more profit than in any white hat niche. So those four verticals we see having most volume, most traction right now. Of course, we didn't mention some verticals that still perform well, but we don't want to take it so long. And as any affiliate that just starting asked me like which verticals I should focus on, I will give them those four. So now we are ready to answer all your questions, guys. Please don't hesitate, and yeah, let's go.
Let's try and pin some. So I don't have the opportunity to pin here
Okay.
for some reason. So let's have you do it.
You can actually choose those.
On your PC?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go up to the top here. Thank you guys for all these questions. Please keep them coming. What's up, George F? Let's see. Does it need a license to promote Google Ads?
And also, guys, while we're reading your questions, let us know which topics of webinars you would like to see going forward. So the question is what Facebook angles I should look for to see good examples of Facebook ads. So basically, you first of all you need just to research in general what people are doing.
Yeah.
You need to find every possible angle that people can be running.
Spy tools. It's good to invest in a spy tool to check those ads.
Yeah. So basically, you think about most common words that can be used in Facebook ads, like Obamacare, ACA Affordable Care Act, affordable health insurance,
cheap insurance,
$0 health insurance,
low cost insurance.
Yeah, subsidized health program, government health program, something like that. So you will find with those keywords most ads in Facebook ad library, and then you can also click on the page name, and you will see all ads from this page. So you will research even deeper.
Yes. Facebook ad library is a great free tool until you're ready to get invested into a more developed spy tool. Okay.
I don't see. Sorry, my site is not good.
Maybe let's try that.
Can you share some target numbers where we need to be on Facebook traffic in order to keep the creative or kill it, such as CTR, CPC, reach, impression, etc.? So that's a good question. So usually for wide niches like that, ACA, Medicare, we see approximately cost per click at around $2-3 maximum, CTR 1-2%. And the landing page conversion rate at about 10% and above. So those numbers that you should be looking for. But of course, if you see that your ad set is not performing, like you spend like twice as is cost per call and you don't get even not billable call, it does mean that you should pause this ad set and create a new one.
Okay. Thanks, Alex. How about this one?
Is Medicare open to non-US affiliates? So any of our offers is open to affiliates all over the world, as long as you run traffic source that is allowed, like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads, whatever. Like we don't care where you're coming from. We care is what you're doing and what results you produce.
And is it possible for non-US affiliates to get the compliance items they need to run Medicare? Yes, it is. You don't have to be included in the US to compliantly be approved to run Medicare. I know people overseas who have successfully got the SMID IDs in order to run Medicare. So it's more about just you submitting all of your compliance items and taking the time to get approved for it. But you should be fine running it from another country.
Yeah, but if your question was about running a call center for us, yeah, unfortunately, we don't allow any offshore call centers at this moment.
Yes. Okay. Oh, this is a good one.
Spanish speaking, can you, sorry.
Is Spanish speakers get interpreters when they call or they have a specific queue? So specifically for like the Spanish buyers on our end, they have Spanish speaking agents, either whether they're bilingual agents that can answer both English and Spanish, but when the calls come in and they hit our buyers, those are native Spanish speaking agents who answer the phone. I believe that is what you're asking there, Stefan, but let us know if we got the question wrong.
This is a good question about internal media buying.
Okay, here we go.
So how do you work with the internal media buying team if we have a low budget? So you just reach out to us through your affiliate manager that you want to join our media buying team. So we ask you some information, we make an interview, and if we decide to move forward with you, we just provide you unlimited budget, we provide you Facebook ad accounts, we provide you any technical, creative support, so you can scale your campaigns and work together with us. And we share the percentage of profit with you.
We celebrate people who want to learn performance marketing, specifically pay-per-call, and want to grow and optimize with it. So not only are we providing these informational sessions for you guys to help basically supplement your knowledge for these specific verticals, but like Alex said, we are even willing to go out on a limb and have some kind of a more intensive partnership where we help you become a better media buyer, and we work with you to do that.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, let's maybe try this one.
Okay.
I'm exhausted a lot of budget for debt settlement, but not getting any call. Is there any specific way to achieve good results? And my spending amount on ads per day is around $7. Please guide us.
Yeah, of course, at $7 per day, you won't be able to achieve much results. Like, honestly, like when the payout per call is like $50, you need to be spending at least $100 per day. And of course, like this is a very broad question. Like we don't see what you're doing, which creatives you run, which landing page you run. So like I cannot give you specific guidance. But of course, the ad creative is important, the landing page is important, and also the optimization of Facebook is important. So sometimes even if you have winning creative and winning landing page, it won't start producing results from the day one. So you need to be patient. You need to be relaunching your ad sets to find the winning one. Even if you run the same ads with the two different ad campaigns or ad sets, they can perform differently because Facebook can be targeting different audiences.
Yeah.
So it's just the science of media buying on Facebook. You should be good at it, and you should research that niche. And if you puzzle all things right, you can achieve your success.
Thanks, Alex. All right, here's another good one.
Do you find the direct
from ad or direct from O&O site better quality for debt inbounds?
So we recommend for every niche with Facebook, ACA, Medicare, or debt to run ads to the landing page.
Yes.
Then you have a quiz style landing page, like 1-2 questions, and then consumer makes a phone call. We know some people run Facebook call only ads or Facebook lead ads, but we don't see the same results as with just regular ads to the landing page.
Specifically with that landing page, it's like a quality thing. You generate the volume and the interest through the Facebook ad, for example, and then you go to the landing page, you push them to the landing page, and that's where you have your qualifying questions. For ACA, do you make less than $50,000 a year, for instance? For debt settlement, do you have at least $15,000 in credit card debt specifically? And then you filter out those people and generate better quality for yourself and your buyer. Okay. Ooh, that is a good one.
So target age audience for that settlement. I would say
Younger. I would say young. It's a mix between younger and older. I kind of spoke on this earlier when we were going over the debt settlement slide. The younger demographics just don't have the credit knowledge because it's not something that's taught in high school or college specifically. So there's a lot more debt there, and the debt is continuing to increase. So the younger demographics would be good. Anything from age, like 20 to 35, I would suggest. You want somebody who ideally has an income source, so you don't want to target like 18-year-olds because we don't know if they will have an income source yet, but anywhere from 20 to 35, I would say is a sweet spot.
I would say a good target to start is 25 to 50 years old, and then once you scale, you will see how each of age group performs for you, and
Yeah.
you will be able to optimize for those that perform well for you.
Right. It's always about optimizations, A/B testing and whatnot. Okay, here's another one. Snapchat. Can debt settlement promote on Snapchat?
Yeah, I think but we didn't see like good results with Snapchat in general.
Yeah.
So maybe it can be like a new traffic source for pay-per call right now, but we don't have any practical results with it right now.
Mm-hmm. This is a rather broad question. What kind of words we can't use to promote our ads? So that depends on the vertical. For instance, ACA, you typically don't want to say the $540 benefit, the $1,400 benefit. You don't want to claim that it's like some kind of subsidy or anything. And debt settlement specifically, again, no forgiveness, no government subsidy, no you get your debt forgiven in 2 minutes, like nothing like that. But it's case-by-case basis, and your dedicated account manager or affiliate manager can help you navigate that.
Yeah, but of course we cannot list all the possibilities of negative keywords not to use in the ad. So you just need to to use your common sense and to understand that you cannot make any false claim. Because like you as an affiliate marketer, you promote those ads and you are responsible for making it compliant.
How about this one? For debt settlement, what landing page angle do we recommend?
So I think it's something like Americans with over 15K of debt can decrease the debt amount reduce by debt amounts by 80% or something.
Mm-hmm.
So once you research Facebook ad library, you will definitely find similar landing pages, and you will see that people mostly use the same.
Yeah, it's a very similar format for debt settlement, whether it's English or Spanish. Maybe.
Okay, let me check.
Oh, here's a good one. Have you seen success with call-only Facebook ads?
Like for our team, personally, no. It's like you get a lot of clicks, but not many calls. And also it produces low quality calls because you cannot filter them, like for debt amount or for income with ACA. So definitely not recommended.
Mm-hmm.
And also people are not really warmed up because they didn't see the landing page, and they're just not ready to speak yet.
How about this one? Are you guys provide the Facebook ads account also to run ACA and Medicare campaign, because I don't have US registered Facebook account?
It's only if you run ads as our internal media buyer. If you're just an affiliate, you have to arrange those accounts yourself. Like we can recommend agency accounts for Facebook, but they have like minimum requirements for the top up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is another good one. How long ad accounts last with flight booking ads on Google? Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex as well. Yeah, it's our current affiliate. So, yeah, it can depend really. Like there is no simple answer for flight booking. It can be 1 day, it can be 1 week, it can be 1 month, it can be even few hours. So all will depend how well an account is warmed up, how cautious you are while running it. If if you use any external tools like to
Cloak?
yeah, and also it will depend on your luck as well.
Yeah, that is very true. Okay, here's another good one.
Yeah, I like your questions, guys.
Yeah, good questions. Thanks, guys. So this one says, recently lost a lot of money running Google Call Only ads campaign to the Delta United Raw offer and have gotten a lot of refused calls, even for calls longer than 60 seconds. Why? What is happening? We can speak on this.
So let's talk about first part of the question. So running call only ads is not a good strategy for Delta and United because we see best practice, best success running traffic to the landing page, and also Google usually charges more money per click for call only ads than for regular ads. And another point that Google does not give a lot of impressions to call only ads on those keywords. So you need to run. That was the first mistake, running call only ads instead of regular ads. As for second part of the question, we need to check what real keywords you were targeting, because we know that in this industry, like generic keywords like cheap flights or flights from Los Angeles to New York usually generate low quality calls. And if the offer says Delta United, we cannot pay for customers looking just for cheap fares. So we need to understand what kind of traffic did you run. And as for refused calls, we will definitely look into that. So usually on raw campaigns, calls are refused only like blank calls, Spanish calls, duplicate calls, or calls that come not from branded keywords. So we will investigate together with you and find out what's going on.
Of course. Thank you, Alex. What to do with non-qualifiers for ACA? This is a great question. Can I take the reins? Okay. So what to do with your disqualifications for ACA? There's a good way to go about that.
First of all, let's talk about what are the qualifications for ACA.
Okay. The qualifications for ACA. You have to make below a certain amount of money, below 50K generally, that's what it is. You have to be a United States resident, for instance.
And you don't have to have Medicare or Medicaid.
Yes, you can't already have Medicare. You won't qualify for ACA if you already have Medicare. So those are the qualifiers for ACA. For people who go through your quiz and for some reason they are disqualified, for instance, the people who have Medicare, there is a new kind of a CPL offer on the market right now called ACP, Affordable Connectivity Program, that specifically qualifies those people who are on Medicaid, Medicare, TRICARE, SNAP, WIC, all of the, like low-income programs for users or consumers in the United States. This program, Affordable Connectivity Program, gives out free cell phones and free cell phone plans for those low-income users within the United States. So anybody who says, hey, I'm on Medicare and doesn't qualify for ACA, on your thank you page or your interstitial there, share with them the offer for ACP. And most likely they will qualify.
Yeah, and another point, if customers earn more than $50,000 per year, you can share with them just a regular offer for health insurance.
Right.
And they can qualify for that.
Mm-hmm. You can have an offer wall there. There's plenty of verticals that you could retarget with those non-qualified.
TikTok for that is a good question.
Okay, go. TikTok for that.
So I would say it was quite popular, maybe like 6 months ago or 1 year ago. But then TikTok restricted its rules by not allowing promoting debt without specific license. And unfortunately, there is no way to overcome it, at least as we know right now. So right now, if you don't have a license, a certificate for debt, you cannot promote it on TikTok. But if you find a way, it can be a good source of income for you.
This is an interesting question. Could you provide more details about your broker services and handling lost call?
So we tested such services in the past, but currently we don't provide those. Like if the call is lost, it's lost. So because the main reason for that is because if you don't have customer opt-in, like his written permission to be called back, we don't want to risk and call him back and risk of violating TCPA compliance.
Big no. Don't do it. Okay, this is another great one. Loving the questions. What Facebook campaign objective do you suggest? Traffic engagement or conversion?
Conversion only.
Yep. Yes. Okay, this is the last one. We've already answered it, but I'll answer it one more time. Can we use the 540 in health tax credits and ACA? It's a little bit aggressive, but if you phrase it that they are tax credits and not an upfront payment, benefit, or compensation of any kind, you should be pretty safe. The main thing is being compliant. You don't want the consumer to think that they're going to get money up front ever.
Yeah, because you have to understand
Unless
again
it's a loan.
that customers don't get any check, any free money with ACA. They just get
They never get
affordable health insurance plan, and they can also get some kind of tax credits.
Yes.
But it's not upfront payment or like check.
No, it's never an upfront payment. Okay, those are the answers.
So I think we had some questions on Facebook. They don't show for us in our interface. So just 1 second. Or maybe you can check
I can check it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back. I'll check it. We got 2 comments. One says, "Wow, Alex, how are you, sir?" From AR Rahman. And that's it. I don't see any comments in LinkedIn.
Okay, so we have more comments on YouTube. So
Mostly on YouTube, yeah.
TikTok for ACA. So yeah, some affiliates running TikTok for ACA, but with our internal efforts, we didn't see consistent results. So you can try it, but we just don't have any guarantee if it will work or not. But it's still less competitive than Facebook, it's for sure.
This is a good one too. Thanks, Trev. Does pay-per-call still require a tracker like Ringba and buying your own ring pool?
So it's a good question. Some people still use Ringba or any other call tracking tools. It's quite, I would say, adding to your cost. But in Market Call, we provide free call tracking, like a dynamic call tracking, where we will show a unique phone number to every visitor on your webpage, and we will track all the URL values that you send to your landing page, like sub ID, Facebook click ID, UTM metrics, etc., etc. So we provide it for free. We will capture all this data, and then we have a free integration from Market Call to Facebook directly. We will post all conversion events to Facebook as offline events, so Facebook will optimize. So if you work with us, you don't have to use Ringbo or any other tracker. But if you work with other networks, probably you have to.
This question I don't necessarily understand, but maybe you will, Alex. If you notice a ton of repeat calls from the same number, does that mean the DID hasn't been paused long enough?
Usually it means either you are getting spam attack, or it just strange customers that trying to call several times,
Right.
or I'm not sure like what's going on. Like you need to ask us to investigate, but it doesn't happen often.
If you target by state, how to exclude travelers?
I think there is a setting in Facebook, and you should know better than me. Like you can target only people living in the state or recently have been to the state. Like there is like specific setting about that. So what's the next question?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Can you read?
Do you know if running click to message Facebook ads to manually filter the calls has been done before? My guess is the extra engagement with the leads would result in better quality calls, ?
Yeah, we see those successful examples running Messenger ads. Usually you automate it with ManyChat or other tools. Like you build like a chat flow inside Facebook Messenger. You can pre-qualify customer. You can also try to integrate ChatGPT here as well if you want to be more talkative with the customer. But yes, it can work. It requires more effort to build this chat flow. And yeah, it can work, but still we see more volume comes from just landing pages than chats, but it's possible.
Thanks, Alex. Okay. Hi. Hello. What's working internally with you guys on Google search?
So as we just discussed 30 minutes ago, flight booking is the best pick for Google Ads right now.
Best. Okay, next one. Do you provide postback to tracker like RedTrack or Volume?
Yeah, we support postbacks to any system. For that, you just need to use our dynamic call tracking so we can capture all the click IDs, sub IDs, UTM metrics from your tracker on the landing page so that we can post it back with our postback.
Oh, Volume. Been around for such a long time. Let's see.
That's a good question.
This one?
Yes.
All right. Oh, here we go.
How much the most affiliate earning per month? Like, unfortunately, we cannot disclose our affiliate earnings or company earnings, but it's quite big money. Like, if you know some big players in the space, like you can ask them directly, but it's quite big numbers. And there also was a question, like I cannot find it right now. There was a question if we can share like best creatives from our affiliates. Like I want to say it straightforward, like we don't share any creatives from our affiliates. It's like our company policy. So like on our webinars, either we share creatives from our internal team or we share just things that we find on Facebook ad library. Like we respect the privacy of our affiliates and we will never share the creatives that works best from other affiliate to another affiliate. But honestly, you can find all those creatives in Facebook library. Like you cannot actually hide those from Facebook itself, from Facebook ad library. So if you do proper research, you will definitely find best creatives.
Okay. Any of these other ones?
Okay, guys. So we've been for almost an hour with this webinar.
Pretty much now.
Yeah, we will be finishing soon. So if you have any ideas or suggestions for next webinars and how did you like this webinar, please let us know.
Please share.
We'll be here for a few minutes more if you have any additional questions. And thank you guys for watching. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your comments. There should be a recording, yes.
Yeah.
I believe it'll be available for you to watch at any time, 3 a.m. or 12 p.m., whatever you prefer.
So like, let's check a few final questions. We'll be finishing. So what percentage of qualified leads that complete your survey should convert to calls? Honestly, right now I don't have the numbers in my head. But overall, conversion rate of your landing page should be at 10% and above.
Very good.
Thank you guys for your comments.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And again, if you have suggestions for our next webinar or topics that you'd like us to discuss, please let us know. Oh, want to answer this last tiny one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monthly budget
there we go.
for ACA on Facebook. So I would say for any industry that you run, ACA, Medicare, debt, let's think about not monthly budget, but daily budget. And let's say your payout per call is, let's say, $50. So for each ad set that you run, you should have a daily budget at least 1 to 3 times of payout per call. So it's $50 to $150 per day per ad set. That's a good strategy to start. Because if you have small budget, like less than payout per call, you won't be able to get enough data on your ads to analyze.
Very good. Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you
Best
so
in the
much.
game. Yeah.
We appreciate you. We'll keep them coming. Should do what? We should do these like what? You said every 2 weeks?
Yeah. All right. That's it. Thank you, guys. We'll be in touch soon. And keep working with Market Call.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Reach out to me if you have any questions. You know where to find me.
Bye-bye.